Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Watch the greenbacks tumble.
Just before we go live, our engineer John will say to me, we're going live in 10 seconds. And I always say the same thing. Do we have to? Everyone all set, cocked, locked, blissed? Dr. Shealy, are you blissed?
Have you ever known me not to be?
I think I overdid it again this morning. It's great to hear your voice, Dr. Shealy. Let me give out the phone number. For those of you who would like to call us, we are at 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. We'll pay for the call, and we'll be delighted to do so. And there's a link to all of your instructors on the website, USAPrepares.com. I'm Vincent Finelli. Dr. Norman Shealy's with us. Dr. Shealy, is there anything that you would like to start with? I have a whole list of topics today. Is there anything that you would like to start with?
Well, to me, I guess the biggest question for being prepared is the likelihood of an ISIS attack in this country.
Okay. And your question is, what do we do?
Well, is there anything different we should do? And is it likely to be in D.C.?
I don't know the answer to that question. However, I will continue doing exactly what I do. When I'm on the farm, I've got a 45 on my side, at least. If I'm in the car, I have a 45 and or an AR-15 at my side, at least. Our family is always armed wherever we go. And, some people might think that that's a little over the top. Well, we're ready. We're absolutely ready. And not that we want, believe me, we do not want to have to discharge our firearms. We don't want to do it. But if we are attacked, we will respond, absolutely respond. We will defend our lives and those around us. That's just what we're going to do. And I hope that this quiets down to, these atrocities. They've got to stop. They absolutely have to stop. So why is it that we are allowing people into this country? Some of the governors are outraged. There was a conference call last night. The governors want to know where the federal government is depositing some of these refugees, and the White House won't say. Who are these thugs in the White House?
This alone is enough to impeach the Muslim bastard.
Are you talking about anybody specifically, Dr. Shealy?
Yes, you bet. Obama itself. I don't consider him a human being.
Okay, I had a discussion over the weekend with some instructors and some friends, and I said that anyone who voted for him is not a friend of mine. I don't want people like that in my house. People who, some people voted for him and said, boy, they were hosed, they were lied to, they were hoodwinked, and, they regret it. And I can respect that. And I can forgive that. But those who are saying, you know what? No, he's a really good guy. No, he's great. He's really done wonders for the economy. He's really
those
done.
People, in my opinion, have an IQ below 70.
Right. And well, Dr. Shealy, what does it take to be continent? 70?
Well, 80 is considered a moron, so Go from there.
Yeah, and so there are people who have voted for this regime and this regime is stealing from us. This regime is spying upon us, and it's totally unacceptable. And we need to throw every one of these guys out of office. There was a guy who called, his name is Michael, and he called and he said, we were talking about targets, target practice and rifles and pistols and so forth. And he said, what we need to do is take some politicians. And I had to stop him because he was talking about targets. And then he said, no. What we need to do is, have like a bear ready to attack a politician on the target. And we want to do is make sure that we protect the politician and not and only hit the bear. And kind of a lot of humor in that because some people might think that's exactly the opposite of what should happen. But these politicians are literally out of control. So why aren't the governors saying to the federal government, I'll tell you what, it stops right here. We don't want anything to do with you guys. We don't want your educational funds. We don't want your highway funds. We're not going to send you any money. We don't want any money in return. All bets are off. We're standing alone. We don't need you. We don't want you. And I think that's what we should do. And one thing that, you want to start really simply, just close down your golf courses. So if Barry wants to go play golf in a state near you, you say no. You don't let him land his plane. You don't want anything to do with Barry. Shut down the golf courses. And he might get the message. Maybe we're serious. Now he can't play golf. This guy's out of control. He's dangerous. And what we're talking
7 years.
Yeah, we're talking about terrorism, domestic terrorism by our government on us. Wow.
Well,
Okay.
the other news of the day is, imagine this. The AMA has called for a ban on consumer advertising by the pharmaco mafia.
The AMA has called for a ban. Really?
I mean,
You're
after
talking...
35 plus years, they've finally shown a little common sense.
Okay, so you're talking about drugs for acid reflux, drugs for
anything.
cervical cancer, drugs. Really?
The average physician knows moderately little about most drugs. So how can the public understand anything that's being pushed down their throats on the boob tube?
So ask your physician to prescribe XYZ. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, it should be stopped. It should never have been started.
Great. I love it. I love it. Do you think it's going to work?
Well, I think the pharmaco mafia will prevent it.
Yeah, a lot of money at stake. Dr. Shealy, how do you feel about herbal remedies? Because some people are against the use of herbs for the treatment of common maladies.
Well, those people are probably pretty stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
Well, the government is trying to ban supplements. They've been working on that for quite a while.
Oh, yeah, they've been trying that for 30 or 40 or more years.
Do you think that's something that
the government's trying to ban it means it's good?
Yeah. Okay. I had a question about dust and sinus infections. I was talking with someone close to me, and actually he's our engineer. And he was telling me that he was cleaning up a friend's place, and there was plenty of dust. And, of course, he inhaled some of that dust, and he got a sinus infection, and he'd like to know what to do about that. And here's what I told him that I do, and please comment on this as well. What I do is when I feed hay to the cows, there's plenty of mold, and I feed these round bales. I attach them to a bale unroller. So the bales, many of them, we don't have enough capacity to store all these round bales in a barn, so they get wet and they start getting moldy, and the outer layer gets moldy. So I cut the baling twine off, and I collect all the baling twine, and then I bring the bale out to the cows, and I unroll it, and it will unroll maybe several hundred feet at least, maybe even sometimes up to 1,000 feet. Well, there's a trail of this dust and mold behind me, and I inhale it. And then what I do is I irrigate with a saline solution. I spray this bottle that I picked up at the Chinese factory outlet years ago, and I just spray my nose and sinuses with this saline solution, and I blow my nose a couple times and, repeat it a couple times, and it prevents those sinus infections. And I've made my own saline solution over the years with ProPure water or, filtered water, and boil it and add about a tablespoon, I think, per quart, and that gives me pretty close to a normal saline solution. What do you think about that as a treatment, if you will, to prevent?
There's no question that saline irrigation is very good for the sinuses. Another thing is 1 drop of castor oil in each nostril before you get exposed.
1 drop of castor oil. I'm going to write that down.
It lubricates the nasal mucosa, and it's remarkably good for lymph drainage and helping to clean the nose. Okay,
1 drop. So that means I've got to maybe lie on the bed and hang my head, looking kind of upward. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Okay. And 1 drop, and that's castor oil USP, US Pharmacopoeia.
There you could, for the nose, I think it's perfectly safe to use the same thing you would use for massage or a bath.
Okay.
Stuff you can get at a health food store.
Okay. Do you know about what that costs, Dr. Shealy? I didn't look it up at,
The cost, if you buy a pint of the castor oil, the cost of the nasal drop would be about 1 cent, if less, or less.
Okay. So that's a great way to go. And are there any complications or effects of doing this that are negative?
I don't think so. It's actually good for the immune system in general. Mm-hmm. And I've used this and known about this for at least 35 years.
Okay. And the other thing that I do, if I think it's serious, I will use some filtered water with a couple drops of, maybe an ounce of filtered water with a couple drops of 3 drops of Kyani Nitro Extreme in that water, and I'll irrigate my nose with that, and several times a day, and that'll fix the problem if it gets to the point where it's infected. My sinuses are infected. Please comment on that when we come back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I have an important message. Right now, the highest levels of government are struggling against an inevitable crisis, but they're about to lose control. When this happens, it will rip our country apart in ways you never imagined, from where we shop to the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. A few years ago, I warned that the housing prices would collapse. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash, and they did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all. I've posted a free video at $downfall.com. Maybe you'll disagree with my conclusions, but first you need to watch this video and see the facts for yourself. You can watch the video for free right now by going to $downfall.com. Again, that's $downfall.com.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares unfiltered and untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Dr. Norman Shealy is with us, and we're talking about sinus infections, and I've mentioned how I use a solution that I prepare myself, and I posted on the website the recipe, and here's what it is. It's a clean glass bottle or jar with a lid, table salt, and a pot with a lid, and you pour 1 cup of water and a half a teaspoon of salt into the pot. You put the lid on, you boil it for 15 minutes. Then you set it aside to cool, and then you can use that saline solution. You pour it from the pan into the jar. So I would avoid using an aluminum pan if make sure I wouldn't use them anyway. And that's as simple as it is. And I posted those steps on the website, page 1, USAPREPARES.com, USAPrepares.com, and I keep that around and refill these bottles. I wash them out and I refill them. So my Chinese factory outlet nasal spray bottle, I must have had it for 5 or more years, and just keep refilling it. Wash it out, and I would wash off the tip of the spray bottle every time I use it, and as well as the cap. Dr. Shealy, one of the things that I do is if my sinuses appear to begin to get infected, what I'll do is I will irrigate them with filtered water with Kyani Nitro Extreme, about 1 ounce of filtered water with 3 drops or so of Kyani Nitro Extreme, and I'll irrigate. It's not all that pleasant, but it seems to fix the problem, within hours. What do you think about that?
Well, let's face it. Nitro Extreme, making it into nitrous oxide, is the single most effective in minute quantity thing that we know for improving immune function. Mm-hmm. So basically, you are optimizing immune function right there in the nose.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And if you're interested in Kyani Nitro Extreme, you can contact me through the website, or you can call us at the farm, and that number is on the contact page at the website, and we'll help you with that. Dave in the Thumb, you are on with Dr. Norman Shealy. Welcome.
Good morning, Dr. Shealy. Good morning, Vincent. How you guys doing today?
Great,
Very
Dave.
well,
What's up?
Great. Well, I just like to comment on what you guys are talking about. Vincent, I'm a longevity distributor, and a student of Dr. Wallach, and I also have a silver lungs generator. I like to use ionic silver before I go out and when I return, especially if I was cutting hay or doing the things you do on that tractor, Vincent. The silver would, I think, be a great help, and also doubling up on the omega-3s, for lung health and sinuses. I think that would go a long way for your friend that had the nasal issues from breathing in that dust.
Yeah. Dr. Shealy, what do you think about colloidal or ionic silver through a nebulizer type machine? Inhale that into the lungs as a preventative or as a treatment. What do you think about that?
I would prefer the colloidal, and I do consider it excellent.
There you go. And what about the omega-3s?
Well, omega-3 is a general boost to the immune system, everywhere in the body. So you wouldn't spray that into the nose or the lungs.
No.
Taking it by mouth, yeah.
Right. And that's what you're talking about, right, Dave?
Yes.
Taking it orally.
That's right.
There you go.
Yep.
Great.
So
Dave, thanks so much for the call.
You're doing a great job. I love your show, and keep it up, and I'll be listening. Thanks.
Let's see. With you and my mom, we've got 2 listeners. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, right. Hey, Vincent, I got to tell you, I share. I'm on a lot of longevity conference calls, and we have after calls afterwards, and we got 100 people or so each time. A lot of different people, a lot of new people all the time, and I always promote your show along with GCNlive.com. And I just discovered the call and listen line to the Truth Frequency Radio and discovered your Bunker Files with Aaron Dakins. I got a kick out of that show. I'm not able
every once in a while I slip, and and that's what happened on the last Bunker Files. That's we do that once a week for 2 hours on Fridays. Dave and the Thumb, thanks so much for being with us. Dr. Shealy and I'll be right back.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, libertyoncall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to libertyoncall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's libertyoncall.org.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
There are hundreds of silver products on the market today, but there's nothing like the astonishing health benefits of the multi-patented One Silver Solution. Boost your immune system at a great price with our Silver Solution Liquid, starting at $12.95 a bottle. Now available in regular and extra strength. That's half the price of the leading competitors. Call 844-USILVER for your free catalog, or go to onesilversolution.com. Onesilversolution.com. There is only one Silver Solution.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI armor.com. Come and take it.
Attention, all men. Are you urinating more frequently? Do you wake up to urinate? Are you having a slower, weaker stream? Don't ignore the warning signs of your aging prostate. Get your free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Super Beta Prostate is guaranteed to support a more complete emptying of your bladder, a fuller, stronger stream, and less waking at night to urinate.
Super Beta Prostate is a product that I really like. I endorse it. I use it myself. I was very pleasantly surprised that Super Beta Prostate helped me fairly quickly.
Super Beta Prostate is formulated with a natural plant enzyme called beta-cytosterol. It's so powerful, you'd have to take 100 saw palmetto pills to get the same sterols as just one Super Beta Prostate tablet. Don't ignore the warning signs of your aging prostate. Call now to get your free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Call 1-800-853-1203. That's 1-800-853-1203. 800-853-1203.
Class Dr. Norman Shealy is with us, and Dave and the Thumb mentioned that he heard us on Truth Frequency Radio, and that's correct. We broadcast Aaron Dakins. Aaron and I are both on this network, GCN. And on Fridays, we get together from 2 to 4 Central Time, and we broadcast a show called The Bunker Files on Truth Frequency Radio. But I'd also like to thank our friends at Liberty News Radio. And here's what happens. This particular broadcast, usaprepares.com, is rebroadcast Monday through Friday on Liberty News Radio, Republic Broadcasting Network. We are heard on AM, FM, satellite, listen lines, podcasts, and downloads, and YouTube every day. So I really appreciate all of our affiliates, all of our class, and all of your instructors. They're all doing a great job, and I'm humbled. So thank you very much, Dr. Shealy. I was chatting with one of my dear friends, and he has a medical condition. And I think that the reason that we should share this, and I want to be very delicate about this, the reason I think we should share this is I have a feeling it's more common than we might think. And even those who are in class today listening to this might wonder if they are experiencing this as well. So here's what happened. He went in for his annual medical checkup, and he had some blood work done, and he was told that let's take a look here. What his doctor found out was that his bladder was not emptying fully, and so he would urinate as normal, maybe a little more often than he would like, but he was up a few times at night, maybe 3 or 4. And so he would urinate, and he thought everything was okay. But what he found out was that he had almost a liter of urine that would not come out. So he was carrying around almost a full liter of urine all the time. And so his medical doctor recommended that he self-catheterize. And that is put this little tiny, as he says, it's not tiny. He says it's a garden hose inside and further drain the bladder. And he would typically get maybe 700 to 1,000 cc's, somewhere in that range. So my question to you is, obviously there's a prostate issue here. And what's going on with, well, maybe I should say it differently. My understanding is that all men, if we live long enough, will have a prostate problem. Is that correct?
Almost inevitably, there's some enlargement of the prostate called benign prostatic hypertrophy. And I must say that, you're, catheterizing yourself regularly is, in my opinion, not a good long-term solution for anything. The treatment of choice for benign prostatic hypertrophy that gets to that stage is green laser.
Green laser.
Green laser. Now, none of the urologists in Springfield do it, so you have to go.
Dr. Shealy, we're having trouble hearing you.
Huh. How about now?
Ah, that's great. Okay. So what we're talking about now is for those with a prostate concern, there is a treatment called using a green laser.
That's right. It is done by a urology associate in Columbia, Missouri. It is not done here in Springfield. They're behind about 50 years here. But it is so simple and so relatively safe and 1,000 times better than catheterizing yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, here was the thought. The thought was, let's do that until we find out what's going on, and let's do another blood panel and see what's happening with the kidneys. And my question was, is it from a mechanical perspective? There are many times when I've had to enlarge a hose on or rotor-root a hose on a tractor or a gasoline engine, to have the fuel to flow through it. And I was wondering, if mechanically, would this be of some benefit at all, or is this a dangerous procedure because you can hurt yourself and cause infection? Exactly. I think self-catheterization is an emergency procedure, not a routine procedure. Okay. All right. And I was chatting with Dr. David Pruitt over the weekend, and he's one of our instructors. He's an emergency room doctor, and he agrees with what you've just said. So he and I were talking about this, and he's going to be on the air with us soon. He was I don't know if well, you were there, Dr. Shealy. We had an emergency at one of our expos in Springfield. A man collapsed by the water fountain, and you were there, and some of our nurse instructors were there, and Dr. David Pruitt was there, and you guys all took care of this man who collapsed right there by the drinking fountain. But one of the physicians attending to the needs of this man who just collapsed was Dr. David Pruitt, as well as Dr. Norman Shealy. It was great. It was great to see that so much talent was at the Get Prepared Expo. And okay, so self-catheterization is not a good idea. But Dr. Shealy, do you think that this might be a problem that more men may be experiencing than actually realize that they have this problem where their bladder is not emptying fully? Oh, yeah. It's probably extremely common. Is there a way we can tell? I
I don't know, obviously. I think it's so variable in our tolerance of how these things build up slowly.
Mm-hmm.
It does look as if there are two ways to slow down, at least, and significantly slow down benign prostatic hypertrophy. One of those is either salt palmetto or beta-sitosterol, S-I-T-O-S-T-E-R-O-L, and the other is something called DIM, which is an extract from the broccoli cole C-O-L-E family that helps to prevent excess estrogen. It's actually the conversion to estrogen that is part of the problem in benign prostatic hypertrophy. And DIM can certainly help that.
Okay, and I know that for years and years, SAW palmetto was something that was consumed by men to do exactly what you're talking about, slow this process down. Do you have a recommendation, or is SAW palmetto, is it all the same, or are there some better than others? Or
yeah,
what are your
I
thoughts
like 160 milligram double strength extract SAW palmetto, and 160 milligrams 3 times a day seems to be the optimal dose.
Okay, 160 milligrams 3 times a day. Dr. Shealy, TERP, the word TERP was mentioned for this.
Yeah, it is the barbarian procedure called roto-rooting.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to green laser, I would say don't even think about a TERP.
Okay.
Get a green laser.
Okay, I hope this is okay, because I was discussing this with my friend, and you happen to know this man. And I said, Dr. Shealy and I talked about this well over a year ago, and he posted some pictures on the internet about a procedure that he had. And before you even consider this TERP, which is recommended as the treatment, you got to talk to Dr. Shealy.
Right.
So is it okay if I, you know this man, is it okay if I give him your contact information?
Oh, sure.
Okay. All right, so there you go.
I do it for strangers. I do it for friends.
This guy is a really, really good guy. And, Dr. Shealy, we take health for granted. I mean, we're going along fine. All of a sudden something happens and we get sick and we go, wow, really. And I'm thinking we really need to protect our health, and we need to make sure that we don't get sick, because as time gets worse and worse and worse, it's going to be harder and harder to get expert care. So we need to make sure that we need as little of that as possible and take care of ourselves. So that leads me to the next discussion, which is vitamin D3. You've been recommending vitamin D3, 50,000 units once a week for years. You've been recommending this. So the question is, why do you recommend vitamin D3? Maybe I should say it differently. What does it do? What does it do for us?
It, as a single item, it has more benefit to the immune system than any other thing that I know. And, we live in a modern cave. I mean, a house is not that different from a cave when it comes to blocking out sunlight. And for 50 years, physicians have been saying, put on sunblockers. So even if you're outside, you're not going to get any vitamin D. And we now know that vitamin D deficiency contributes to osteoporosis, cancer, heart disease, high blood pressure. Every known disease is aggravated at very least, and often caused by low vitamin D. And so, for an adult who weighs at least 140 pounds or more, up to 7 or even 10,000 units a day is safe, and it's a lot cheaper to take 50,000 once a week than to take even 5,000 once a day.
There you go. So for the economics of it, 50,000 units once a week rather than 5,000 or 7,000 units once a day. We come back, let's talk about sea salt, skipping meals, aluminum. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
This is Dan Pillett. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection. Security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Dr. Norman Shealy is with us, and if you'd like to go to his website, normshealy.com, NORMSHEALY.com. Dr. Shealy is a medical doctor, surgeon of the year, author, farmer. Dr. Shealy, there's a post on the internet that says there's a woman who drank just 1 can of an energy drink a day, and it caused her pulse rate to triple. And it says that she drank a can of Red Bull, Relentless, or Monster every day, and a couple years later she needed heart surgeries to correct the irregular heartbeat. And now she wants to warn others that these things are dangerous and can really mess you up. So, and I'm thinking about this. Boy, who doesn't want more energy, right? Well, I don't drink these. I've never had one, but I do see young people and young people have more energy than someone 3 times their age, right? Well, or should. Why would we do this to ourselves, and what are we doing to ourselves with these high caffeine, high sugar energy drinks?
Well, they're poison. I actually, several years ago, I saw a young lady in her early 20s who came close to dying from drinking 5 a day of those things. And it took me about 3 months to get her brain recovered. Interestingly, she's finishing nursing school this December. So she did recover, but not everybody does. And
so you can damage your brain with these?
Oh, yeah, not just your heart, your brain.
Okay. Well, all right. Are they addictive? Once you start, is it hard to stop?
It's hard because you get withdrawal symptoms. It's not quite as bad as heroin, but it's not much better either.
Okay. So what is your advice to someone who is consuming these cans? Let's say they consume one once in a while.
Well, once in a while, maybe. I suggest they drink a cup of coffee instead. The evidence is quite good that 3 and even up to 5 cups of coffee a day is good for your heart. Now, there are occasional people who are highly sensitive to caffeine, but I would say 90% of people will do fine with up to 3 cups of coffee a day.
Okay. Dr. Shealy, when you talk about coffee, are you talking about black coffee? Are you talking about coffee with milk and sugar?
Well,
coffee
thanks to a friend of mine named Vincent Finelli, I stopped about a year ago using half and half in my coffee because I can't tolerate coffee black. It just feels like rot gut to me. But I love it with half and half. You talked about using whole milk. Well, I don't like whole milk. It's a little weak. But I buy whole milk powder. And a heaping tablespoon of whole milk powder dissolves instantly into the coffee, and it's just wonderful. Thank you, Vince.
You're welcome. And well, let me share this with our class. When I start the broadcast, let me give you an example. Today, here's my routine. I want to feed the cows. So I'll get up, shower, and that's something I want to talk about. I want to talk about showering with aluminum in the water. We'll talk about that next hour. But get up, shower, brush my teeth, all that stuff. And then I will, Mrs. Finelli will have a pot of coffee ready, and it's not really, really strong. It's not like syrup. It's maybe 5 small scoops to 10 cups of water of, something like U-Ben. Thank you, Joey in Michigan. He made sure that we had some U-Ben. And then I'll go out on the tractor, I'll have some oatmeal. Then I'll hop on, and then I'll have vitamin C and vitamin B, and I'll hop on the tractor, feed the cows, and I'll have just a few sips of coffee before I leave. And then I'll come back and get ready for the broadcast, and I'll sip a cup of coffee throughout the entire broadcast. That's what I do, and maybe we can talk about that. Is that the right thing to do or not? When we come back with Dr. Norman Shealy. I'm Vincent Finelli. This is USAPrepares.com, and stay tuned for what we're going to talk about with showering with hot water that has an aluminum anode in the hot water heaters. Let's talk about that. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
What looks good under your Christmas tree and tastes even better? Big Berkey water filters. Yes, the gift of clean water. A gift that provides a great foundation for achieving good health in the lives of your loved ones. A Big Berkey water filter gives them protection from bacteria, heavy metals, chlorine, fluoride, pesticides and herbicides, VOCs and more. And best of all, a Big Berkey water filter is a gift that lasts for many years with no additional investment. And that saves time and money in filter replacements that other water filters require and are even powerful enough to purify treated, untreated, or even stagnant pond water. As always, all orders over $50 are shipped free, and GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Order online at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com, spelled Big, B-E-R-K-E-Y, waterfilters.com, or call 877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Gift well this Christmas. Give a Big Berkey water filter.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Everyone all set, cocked, locked? Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Dr. Norman Shealy's with me. And Dr. Shealy, what I was saying during the end of hour number 1 is that in the morning I will have a cup of coffee and some vitamin C, some vitamin B, and some oatmeal. And then I don't want to have a full cup of coffee. I'll just have part of it. Then I'll go feed the cows. Get on the tractor, get a bale of hay, 1,000 pounds of hay, and go visit the cows in the morning, unroll it, and then come back, come into the studio, prepare for the broadcast, and sip that cup of coffee, which I have right in front of me, throughout the broadcast. Do you think that oatmeal and coffee and vitamin B and vitamin C is an okay way to start the day?
Oh, absolutely. To be quite honest, you know what I do? I use Gano coffee. Gano coffee is half black coffee and half reishi mushroom. And the mushroom, of course, is a superb immune enhancer. And theoretically, the Gano coffee has only about 50 milligrams of caffeine, which is less than half you get in regular coffee. So it's a pretty weak thing. But I actually take a lot of my supplements with my cup of coffee with my heaping tablespoon of dried whole milk. And then I go about my exercise, and then I take the rest of my supplements in a fruit slush immediately after that. And then I have another cup of coffee midday of the Gano coffee.
Okay, very good. And do you have any concerns for those who may have heart problems having coffee?
Well, unless they have a rapid pulse or highly irregular heartbeat, I have no concern.
Okay. Let me share this with you. I was in the shower this morning, and I do a lot of my thinking because we have this, it's more like a mist than a lot of volume water coming out. So there's this white noise in the background, and I was thinking about this. So here's what I was thinking. Hot water heaters in the United States for about the last 60 years, have had these anode rods in them. And the idea about these anodes is they help the hot water tank last longer. Many of these rods are either made out of magnesium and aluminum combined, or aluminum. And these rods are several feet long, and they are screwed into the top of the hot water heater. And if you look, you can see them. You'll see the inlet and the outlet on the top of the hot water heaters. And then you'll see another, what looks like a plug. Attached to that plug, that 3/4 inch pipe thread plug, is this long rod. And the idea is this rod is going to sacrifice itself before the steel of the tank is consumed. So it will increase the life of the hot water heater itself. And there is a galvanic action with the water in the hot water tank, which causes the corrosion and the failure and the leaks of these hot water tanks. So some of these hot water heaters have a 6-year warranty, let's say, for example. Some have a 12-year warranty. And one of the differences is that the 12-year might have 2 or an extra large anode. Now, here's what happens. That aluminum rod is consumed rather than the tank itself through the galvanic action of the water that keeps entering this tank. So those of us who are using hot water have more aluminum in our water, I believe, because where does that aluminum go? Where does that magnesium go? And those magnesium and aluminum rods are mostly aluminum. So that aluminum has to be now contained within the water. Now, if we drink hot water, we are drinking water with more aluminum in it than if we drink cold water. So, Dr. Shealy, are you concerned, as I am, about drinking water with aluminum?
Well, obviously I would be. Now, interestingly, I don't know how often you check your water, but I check my water every 2 years for any kind of contaminant, and it's never had a measurable aluminum in it. Now, I wouldn't drink hot water, however. I just use the cold water tap.
Right. Well, when you have your water tested, do you have the hot water tested as well as the cold water?
No, I have never tested the hot water. I've only tested the cold water. I will test it, however. You know me. I'm an experiential junkie.
Well, I have a feeling that there's a higher concentration of aluminum in the hot water. So here's why I'm mentioning this. I think this is something that we should all, it doesn't cost anything to do what I'm going to suggest. Number one, the hot water tank manufacturers will recommend that we flush our hot water heaters every 6 months or so. I think it's a great idea. I try to do it every month. And what I have attached to our hot water heater, I put our hot water heater up on 4-inch blocks. So it's off the basement floor. And then I have a short hose attached to it, a couple feet long, and that's because we have a drain, a floor drain right there. And I will open the valve and I will drain some water out of the bottom of the hot water heater every month. And what comes out looks like jelly. Seriously. And I can, if I were to put it in a bucket and look at it, I would see, crystals of calcium because we have hard water here. Well, I don't want to drink the aluminum, so I want to flush that out. And if you have a soft water softener like we do, you'll find that this jelly is more likely to occur in the hot water heaters with soft water than with hard water. So we flush out this jelly, and it's like a jellyfish almost. So we flush that out, and we don't use hot water for anything other than bathing and washing our hands and washing dishes, in the dishwasher and in the kitchen sink. But what we do not drink hot water, and we do not cook, like let's say we were going to boil something in a pot. We would not use hot water to start with. We use cold water, and we literally flush out the faucet every time we use cold water for cooking. Because the last use of that faucet may have been hot water, and there might be hot water in the faucet itself, that spout that might be 1 foot long or 2 feet long. So we flush that out for just a second or two, make sure that we're not cooking with hot water. So do you subscribe to that line of thinking to prevent us from consuming hot water in what we eat and beverages and so forth?
Absolutely. And, my hot water heater's got to be over 10 years old, still functioning fine, so I will be testing it as soon as possible for what's in the hot water.
Okay, very good. So, class, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link on the website that describes what I'm discussing about hot water and the anodes and so forth, and what you need to know about them. It's a good read. It's required reading, and I'd like to assign this as homework. So if you choose to accept this homework assignment, it will be about hot water anodes, the basics of anodes. And when we come back, I'd like, I've got Mike. Mike in Tennessee is joining us. Mike, I just want to show one other thing. When we come back after your discussion, I'd like to talk about the shower thing even more because I've used a soap for many years that was yellow in color. And what I found out was that the white towel that I've used for years has turned slightly yellow. And it's not because of mold or mildew. I believe it's coming off my skin from the yellow soap. So anyway, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Mike from Tennessee, welcome.
Greetings, all. I just wanted to touch on something. I was out taking care of animals when you started the show, and I wasn't able to call in. And the concern about the refugees coming into this country is a real concern of a lot of people. I just want to draw the consideration to the fact that when these people come in, they're fast-tracked in. There's no vetting. The reality is that people like the CDC, which is a private organization, they own patents to many diseases. They help create many diseases, including Ebola. They actually own a patent to Ebola. And I've just looked it up and verified this. Now, how hard would it be to take your designer diseases that you create, deploy them on we the people, through all of these infiltrating migrants, basically people that are on the payroll, somebody's payroll. They're not coming here for a better life. These are operatives, I believe, just so that they could expose we the people to these designer diseases so that the pharmacomafia, as it's called, can cash in, because I'm sure they've got designer drugs ready and waiting to deploy as soon as these diseases start cropping up.
Mike, are you suggesting that not only is this a potential plan to increase profits for the pharmacomafia, but also a plan to reduce the population?
Yeah, I mean, the term Trojan horse was thrown out there, but the reality is that any asymmetrical warfare, as they call it, they tend to want to soften the target before they invade. They will bomb the heck out of something. They will weaken the target's defenses. And our defenses, well, that's our health. And with a weakened immune system, they can easily overwhelm you because you're too tired and sick to defend yourself. And right now, with all the various flus they're creating vaccines for, and they're going to try to force mandate vaccination, which a lot of people will resist and refuse. The only other way is not by the air, which would contaminate everybody, including the people that don't want to be contaminated, is to basically release diseases via other means, and I believe these people would be the carriers potentially of these diseases.
Mike, hold that thought. Mike Parsons is with us, joining us from Tennessee. Dr. Norman Shealy is with us. I'm Vincent Finelli. We'll be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
ProPure water, the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. ProPure, the most trusted name in gravity water filtration systems. With the silver-infused Pro 1G 2.0 all-in-one water filter. Helps remove and reduce over 200 contaminants. Don't purchase just any filter claiming to be certified. Get the Pro 1G 2.0, the only gravity filter with NSF 42 certification. NSF, valued and recognized for independent certification worldwide. In addition, the Pro 1G 2.0 was independently tested to meet NSF 53 and P231 standards. ProPure, easy to assemble, easy to maintain, easy to clean filters. Purchase with confidence in quality, performance, and customer service. Take advantage of our biggest holiday 25% off sale going on now. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com. Or call 800-544-3533.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor period, with packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATIarmor.com. Come and take it.
Did you know that drinking pure, high-alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares Unfiltered and Untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares Untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Class Dr. Norman Shealy is with us, normshealy.com. If you'd like to sign up for his free newsletter, you can go to normshealy.com, normshealy.com. Mike in Tennessee is with us. Mike, I believe and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe what you were saying is that these refugees could be potential carriers of diseases, and this is a threat to the United States, yes? Is that what you're saying?
I think it is. I think that just looking at the waves of people that they're trying to bring in, just like they did in Germany, where they brought in all these men, not women, not children, men who went about raping and pillaging and doing all this crime stuff to soften the target. And, of course, Dr. Shealy can talk about the history of the government's involvement, the creation of the AIDS virus, the creation of all these other strains of viruses and diseases. The fact that the Europeans killed more Native Americans via transmission of disease than anything else is a reality. And, of course, we're somewhat isolated, and given the fact that they can create diseases and implant them, such as Ebola. And I'm not a doctor, but when I look at Ebola under slides under a microscope on the computer, and I look at things like parvovirus, they came out within 2 years of each other. They look very similar. One is for people, obviously, and the other for dogs, but they appear to do the same thing. They attack you internally and cause you to bleed out. Different strains, different variants of those same diseases appear to be, from what I can read on the internet, now patented by the CDC Corporation.
Dr.
When you consider the government's involvement in spreading disease, going back to the syphilis crud in Tuscaloosa and all that, of course, I wouldn't trust the government to tell me the time of day, let alone anything else. And this government of the last 7 years is, in my opinion, by far the most evil in our history.
Well, it appears to be nothing more than a revolving door of corporate interest. And, of course, the CEO of United States government is Barack Obama, who is a CIA operative. His mother was a CIA operative. His grandfather was a CIA operative. George Bush, Herbert Walker was a CIA director. Just go down the chain of CIA operatives involved in government at any, time. You can probably find at least half the people that are the heads of these various departments or corporations are somehow linked back to the CIA. Now,
the CIA is the most evil organization, I think, of the government. The FDA is pretty close. The CIA is worse.
So I would suggest, if we have the ability to look into the future as much as we can, what could we obtain now that we could use to prevent, i.e., these diseases, as they're called, the weapons of mass destruction? Maybe silver, maybe other types of things, because the antibiotics, as we know, are not going to be effective. And, of course, there you run into a situation of, do you really trust the drug company, the pill or the shot that they're giving you? I don't. So I'm looking at trying to line up with the natural things that we can obtain now while we have time to be able to allow our bodies to fight these things naturally.
Well, I agree. We've got to protect ourselves. But the only way that I know we can protect ourselves from this latest insult is for Congress to grow enough testosterone to stop it.
I don't know. I think they've been bought off, and of course, with the estrogen mimickers that they're consuming in mass quantities, they're either homosexual or impotent. I don't know that they can rise to the occasion, as it were.
I can only think of two reasons why the politicians are allowing these threats, these refugees, these potential carriers to come to this country. One is that they're not smart enough to recognize what's happening, which means they're unfit to be in office. Or the other is they're doing this on purpose because they're bribed, corrupt, or weak, and they're traitors. Those are the only two possibilities that I can see. Mike, would you like to hold through the break?
Be glad to.
Okay. Mike Parsons is with us, and Dr. Shealy is with us, and Mike, I understand you're going to be going to court again on Friday, so those inclined to pray, please pray for Mike Parsons. We'll be right back.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
If you or someone you care about loves outdoor adventure, then check out slingbow.com for some unique holiday gift ideas. That's slingbow.com, where we have some innovative new products for the archer, hunter, or bow fishing enthusiast in your family. Now through January, use the promo code HOLIDAY to get free shipping in the US or Canada. And from all of us at Slingbow Industries, have a safe, joyous, and peaceful holiday season.
Hi, this is Sophie Winnick, longtime distributor and user of Longevity products. In the last few years, my family went through a crisis. Everything else in my life, including my business, had to be put on the back burner. Thankfully, life is getting back to normal now, but the one thing I never had to worry about was my business and my monthly commission. I've been a distributor for Longevity for over 17 years, since before it was Longevity, and I've got to say the most amazing thing about this company is the people. While my family was in crisis, other distributors stepped in and helped my customers, simply because that's what Longevity people do, even for people they don't know. For me, it has never been about getting rich. It was about a product I could stand behind, a company I could count on, and a monthly commission check that has never not once been late in 17 years. Longevity is truly a business for everyone, even people who have too much to do. I'm Sophie Winnick. I'm just like you. I have a real life, real ups and downs, but I know I will always have Longevity.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sam Nussbaum with the Anthem Foundation. Premature birth is the leading cause of death of babies and disabilities for children. That's why we support the March of Dimes to help mothers have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment and outreach to help moms during their pregnancy and give every baby a healthy start in life. Learn how you can help at marchofdimes.org.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I have an important message. Right now, the highest levels of government are struggling against an inevitable crisis, but they're about to lose control. When this happens, it will rip our country apart in ways you never imagined, from where we shop to the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. A few years ago, I warned that the housing prices would collapse. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash, and they did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all. I've posted a free video at $downfall.com. Maybe you'll disagree with my conclusions, but first you need to watch this video and see the facts for yourself. You can watch the video for free right now by going to $downfall.com. Again, that's $downfall.com.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll-free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
Dr. Norman Shealy is with us. Mike in Tennessee is with us. I was talking with a medical doctor over the weekend who was telling me about how government agents are trying to entrap medical doctors into saying things. So, for example, someone will come up to a medical doctor at a gun show and say, so listen, I'm trying to get these antibiotics and I want to buy these fish antibiotics and how do they work? And so trying to get the medical doctors to talk about fish antibiotics so that they can entrap these medical doctors and arrest them. That's going on right now. And what's happening at gun shows is people who are in the medical profession are beginning to say things like, I don't know anything about it. I don't know. Or I'm not going to talk about it. And that's because they've been set up by these government agents. And so if you think there's free speech, I'm here to tell you that free speech is being limited because medical doctors are being arrested. There was a guy selling a flash hider on his table, and I looked at it, and I've never seen one like this before. It was much longer than others I've seen. And I said, "This is really interesting." The guy looked at me and he said, "It's a flash suppressor, and that's all I'm going to say." I couldn't believe it. I mean, he jumped me. I just thought it was interesting, and he was afraid that I was some government agent. This kind of stuff is going on. Dr. Shealy, are you hearing anything like this in your circles? Are doctors potentially being set up by these agents?
I have not heard that, but I have certainly heard about some 13 so-called alternative holistic physicians being murdered or supposedly committed suicide.
Mike Parsons?
I'm sorry?
I was asking Mike Parsons. Are you there, Mike?
I'm here, and this is a tactic that they use because there's not enough customers out there willingly doing things that are running afoul of their statutes. So they create scenarios to create the illusion of a person violating a statute. And whether it's doctors or they just sent an attorney in Memphis to prison for 25 years for the assertion that he was trying to hire somebody to kill his wife who's going through a divorce. And they did this to another fella that I met while I was locked up. He was a high-level security guy with the City of Memphis schools. He was going through a divorce, and a friend of his who was a cop called him up and said, "You know, you're spending all this money on attorneys. Heck, it'd be just cheaper just to hire a hitman." And he laughed and said, "Yeah, I know what you mean." Well, those few words, "Yeah, I know what you mean," convicted him and sent him to prison for 18 years. Now, did he do anything to further a conspiracy? No. Did he hire a gun? Did he pay anybody? Nothing. Just those words alone was all they needed to get a rigged jury to convict them. And then in the news media, the local news media is on the payroll, so they're going to put out the narrative that the government wants. Your narrative will never make the news media. So your neighbors, your family, they think you're some kind of evil person because you've been accused. And I tell you, I don't know about the Islamic countries. I don't know about those people that are Jewish. But those people in this country that claim to be Christian have forgotten the word redemption. What was Christ if not the great Redeemer? And do people not have the ability to be square with the house? It's like you're once and done. And, I'm not condoning people breaking the law, but I realize there's so many people that I've met that if not for one mistake, their entire life is destroyed and they can never regain their standing. People refuse to acknowledge that people are human, and those people that actually did things wrong, there's no forgiveness. And those people that didn't do anything wrong, that are just accused, they're not worthy of that redemption either because, they might not have done anything, but they could have. And that's a sad state of affairs for this country, which is purported to be a Christian nation, because I don't see it. I don't see the redemption. And I think when people realize that, then they'll have to reevaluate who they follow.
Mike, do you think that prisoners are exposed to things that would make them unhealthy? Like, for example, let me share this. And I said I would talk about the yellow soap. So I bought 10 years worth of soap back in the 1990s, and it came from Canada, and it was just soap. And Mike, you've used our shower here at the farm, so you know that this shower is not like a trickle of water, and it's not like buckets of water. It's very efficient, but it's a high pressure, low volume shower head. Think of it like a low volume, high pressure washer. That's kind of what it is. And so a mist of water comes out. So when I use this soap on my skin, and after I'd rinse off, and I'd rinse really well, try to get all the soap off, I noticed that after a few months, the towel, even though it is washed regularly in the washing machine, the towel started to turn yellow. Just my towel. And I link this to the yellow soap, not getting all the yellow soap off my skin. Now, it's not that I put soap on and then dry off. I rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse. But I believe there's still some soap on my body. And my question for Dr. Shealy is, we've got aluminum in the water from the hot water heaters. We've got chemicals. Some people use body washes. Some people use soap. Some people use a shower bar. Some people use a cold cream kind of a bar. Some use a detergent bar. Well, there's still some of that residue left on us no matter how much we rinse. Are we poisoning ourselves? That's one thing. And then, Mike, after Dr. Shealy, can you tell us if you've seen any evidence of any way that prisoners are introduced to poisons, maybe in that method or some other method in prison? So, Dr. Shealy, what do you think about? Are we poisoning ourselves? Are we applying estrogen that's making us more feminine in the shower?
Well, I don't think we need to do it in the shower. My God, it's been done in the food supply. It's been done in the plastic bottles. It's been done in the air. It is everywhere.
Okay. Now, is it possible that we're poisoning ourselves? Like I've been wiping off this yellow dye that's on my skin even after I rinse, multiple times in the shower. Is it possible that aluminum is entering our skin from the aluminum in the anodes in our hot water heaters? Is that something that could poison us if there is a sufficient concentration of aluminum in the water?
Well, if it is. Now, for your information, I did have a provocative chelation test back almost a year ago now. Mm-hmm. And interestingly, I did not have any significant aluminum. So maybe I can say that my hot water heat is not putting out aluminum. I don't know.
Okay. Mike Parsons, have you seen any evidence that could be linked to maybe slowly introducing toxins to prisoners in the prisons where you spent some time?
They actually utilized their own private wells. They put chemicals that are unknown. Some of the fellows that worked in the water department, I tried to get the data from them as to what they were putting in. But I knew that when none of the guards would drink any water, everyone that was a guard would bring their water with them. They would not drink any of the water. I knew something was going on. And they would take a person who is active with hepatitis or TB, and make sure that they were working in the kitchen. Make sure that they were working in places where there's going to be a lot of people instead of isolating them. You have to be very careful where you're at and who you're around and what you're coming in contact with. And so there were times that you just don't drink, you just don't eat. And if you can make friends with somebody that's in these departments that has these jobs that can tell you when not to drink the water, then you stock up water as best you can. You just don't drink. And as far as taking a shower, you know, the aluminum, which has been linked to breast cancer, I can see that as your skin is the largest organ in your body and absorbs as well as perspires, it's a two-way transition there. And so if you can get aluminum into your armpits, why not when you're raising your arm to rinse off the soap, the potential aluminum in the water could as easily be introduced into the body. Of course, I don't know if the anodes are that great a concentration of aluminum or zinc or what their compound is, if that would in fact create a hazard, but it's something to consider.
Mike, these rods are, let's say they're 2.5 feet long. They are the diameter, like 3/4 of an inch in diameter, or just slightly smaller than that. They are consumed by the water, depending on the type of water that you have. It could be within months. So that much aluminum is going into the water within months, into the hot water heater, literally. So that's a concern. And Dr. Shealy, Mike mentioned deodorants, and aluminum has been used in deodorants to stop perspiration, which I think is crazy. Is that a concern for you? I do not use a deodorant I hardly use deodorant. I mean, very once in a while. Normally I'll use Nixol, but as a deodorant. But I don't use any aluminum deodorants at all, or antiperspirants. What are your thoughts on
one of those in 40 years?
Mm-hmm. Right. So are you concerned about aluminum in deodorants being toxic to us?
Oh, heavens, yes. I consider them part of the poisoning of the world.
There you go. So we can kill ourselves slowly with cell phones. We can kill ourselves slowly with poisons, and you can buy them. You can buy them at your local supermarket. You can buy them at the Chinese factory outlet, and you can apply aluminum under your arms as antiperspirants, and I don't do it. Mike, anything else you'd like to share?
No, I think people just need to do the research and be very careful about being in crowds right now. And I know that's probably not what most people want to hear. I think as free Americans, we need to be able to move about freely and associate as we choose and make a stand. But these are different times, and with all the new people coming in, you have to be aware of the fact that if you're going to go out and frequent restaurants and stuff, as always.
Mike, thanks so much. We just went crickets for food. Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com. So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I have an important message. Right now, the highest levels of government are struggling against an inevitable crisis, but they're about to lose control. When this happens, it will rip our country apart in ways you never imagined, from where we shop to the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. A few years ago, I warned that the housing prices would collapse. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash, and they did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all. I've posted a free video at $downfall.com. Maybe you'll disagree with my conclusions, but first you need to watch this video and see the facts for yourself. You can watch the video for free right now by going to $downfall.com. Again, that's $downfall.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
This is Sharon Hunt. Before using Heart and Body Extract, my energy level was very, very low. I could only walk a few feet and then would have to sit down. I was tired and lethargic. But after taking Heart and Body Extract, my energy level has improved greatly, and I can now walk longer distances without getting tired so fast. Thank you, Heart and Body Extract.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Dr. Norman Shealy is with us, and we've got a couple lines ready to go here. John in Austin, Texas, you're on with Dr. Norman Shealy. Welcome.
Welcome. Hello, Vincent, Dr. Shealy. Is your other guest with you as well, Mike?
Mike Parsons is not with us. He had to go. But we've only got a short time, and Scott's up right after you, so we got to go quickly.
All right, so here we go. With regard to the Fed making up cases and going after people, it's not uncommon. The FBI in the last couple of years has paid out tens of millions of dollars in wrongful investigation penalties to individuals that were wrongly accused of crimes they didn't commit. Okay? And the FBI will spread lies about you. I know this directly. I was a criminal investigator myself for 13 years in the healthcare field. Plus also I wound up on the other side of the fence through nothing. I was a victim of a bomb threat, and they tried to put the jacket on me. So I got a taste of what it was like to be on the other side of the table.
Well, considering the fact that the best-known FBI director in history was, at best, a transvestite, odd pervert, what else can you expect?
I understand, and but when you see it destroy lives, and they go after people like you take I don't know about y'all's financial position, but you take an average middle-class guy, and he gets accused, and he gets the target letter and indicted and everything like that, it's going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars to defend yourself in federal court.
Oh, if you can, yeah.
And, I told my wife that if it got this far, I'm just going to take the deal, save the money, divorce me. And, if you're still interested when I get out, well, I didn't think...
John, I'll tell you... John, let's do this. Why don't we make an arrangement? Call me after the broadcast, 417-462-1105, and let's spend more time on this, okay? I've got Scott in West Virginia, and he's next. So John in Austin, Texas, we'll do more time. We can do it justice in the next few days. How about that? Thank you very much.
Sounds good.
Scott in West Virginia, you wanted to talk about water tanks?
Yeah, Vince, real quick, like you can take them cathodes out of there and just do away with them, the anodes, I mean, and
yes,
or you can put your copper one in there or a silver one in there. But I just take mine out and leave them out, and then I don't have all that sludge build up in the bottom. There'll be a little bit of rust, but all them water tanks is glass lined in there. It's a coating, like a ceramic coating on the inside around that steel. So that's not really there for that. They say it is. There's also studies that show that those anodes haven't really been proven to work. And we know copper's a natural purifier in water, and so is, of course, silver's the best. But even if you just use a long silver rod of any kind, I think but I don't have any problem. I take mine plumb out, and my tanks seem to last just as long as they ever did,
Right. Well, and so did you find that, do you have soft water, Scott? Scott, do you have soft water?
What did you say?
Do you have soft water?
I don't really know what type of water I've got. We've had all different kinds.
Well, Okay, well, I meant with a water softener. Okay. The reason I ask is there's this...
Both. I've done both.
Okay, so have you seen the jelly that comes out of the hot water tanks with water softeners?
Yes, I did. And then I started taking them cathodes out, and I didn't have no problem. Anodes,
Great.
I mean.
Hey, thanks so much. Dr. Norman Shealy, thank you for being with us. And class, if you'd like to go to Dr. Shealy's website, normshealy.com, NORMSHEALY.com. Class, above all, honesty and integrity. What happens next is up to you. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
The lining of your lungs is supposed to be protected with glutathione to neutralize incoming irritants. In the absence of enough glutathione, your lungs are more prone to irritation. Listen to the real-world results of one man using a powerful glutathione-supporting food.
Hi, my name is Bill O'Brien. I generally suffer through an asthmatic breathing type situation. My breathing is shallow and generally constricted in the nose and lungs. After consuming One World Whey today, I have tremendous energy and also notice my breathing is free. I can feel the air in my left nostril and it is free all the way to my abdomen, which is pretty remarkable because I rarely get that feeling. Being a singer, I love feeling this unrestricted voice. The only thing new I've actually added to my routine is One World Whey. Wow.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld, WHEY.com.